Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Kerfuffle showcase. And I am delighted today to have Julian from PlanUp Floor Plans. Julian, how the devil are you, sir?
I am all right, Simon. How are you?
Good, good. And you were making the point offline that you are not a software salesman, so you will hear a communal flood of people online going, "Oh, thank God, we're not going to be sold to." You're not going to hit them. That means you're not allowed to then say you need just one instruction to pay for this.
No.
We're going to have a lovely, nice, relaxing topic about floor plans. And I think I said to you, what could be better, what could be more wholesome than actually floor plans, which you stunned me with before there. One in four floor plans on Rightmove is from your good selves. That's correct.
Yeah, I know. Crazy, isn't it?
That is mental. That's absolutely fantastic. So there's your credentials. Now, before we just go into the main part of it, you guys used to be known as the mobile agent.
We did. Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Way back in the day, you were ostensibly you were the original prop tech providers, weren't you? I was just saying.
Probably were. Yeah, I know.
You were prop tech back when it was actually agents actually liked the word prop tech. So
when it wasn't a swear word.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yes,
well,
yeah.
I rechristened my old organisation to be prop tech at the very point that agents actually started hating the phrase. So again, another classic case of good timing from Whaley. But anyway, do you want to just give us a bit of background then, Julian? Just give us obviously just a bit of that background about mobile agent, how it sets up, your own background, and how the company's kind of developed. I think that'd be really useful to kick us off.
Yeah, sure. So I came up with the idea, was suggested a bit of the idea by somebody way back in, would you believe, 1999, and the original idea. I don't know whether you remember those little Microsoft Pocket PCs. That big, you use them with a stylus, and they'd literally just come out the cutting edge of technology. You know, I mean, iPhone wasn't even a twinkle in Steve Jobs' eye at the time, and these are really awesome. And
they were genuinely.
So say again.
Oh, I was just going to say they genuinely were great, as you said. I remember. I think it was. I don't know if they're still clients. Mark Benson from Hall and Benson wowed me when a great agent over in Derby, and I genuinely thought this was like. I thought this was the equivalent of jetpacks when I first saw it.
If only it was that sexy, hey? Jetpacks. No, so the actual, funny enough, the original idea wasn't to do floor plans. The original idea was to do property descriptions, because on the PDA, but what I discovered while trying to do the property descriptions, the easiest way to do it was by people drawing a very rough floor plan as they went around the house. And then they would attach descriptions to the bits of the floor plan. And so then automatically you've got things like you've got lounge, and then you've got double door leading to hallway will come out automatically as a consequence of having that kind of very basic floor plan there. But the interesting thing was that when we launched it, and people were really excited about it, but when we launched it, the most excited thing that people wasn't about the descriptions that we actually were trying to do. It was actually about the basic floor plan. And people were saying, look, if you just tweak it a bit here or there, just make it a bit more capable of doing this and doing that, then you've got a floor plan, a bit of floor plan software that ordinary agents can go out and use by themselves, and stop having to, pay expensive outside contractors to go and do.
Because that was it, Julian, wasn't it? I mean, that was the option before. You paid people to essentially draw these up for you, and from memory, they were pretty pricey at the time.
Yeah, they were pretty pricey. Yeah. Whereas what we did at the time, we were a one-off. You obviously had to buy the Pocket PC, and you had to actually buy the software, not subscribe to it back in those days. Again, software subscriptions weren't a thing when we started, so it was a one-off purchase, and that was it. You went off and did as many floor plans as you wanted. And actually, the funny thing was that at the time, because even floor plans at the time weren't an accepted thing in the industry, and so we weren't just trying to sell people our software in a PDA, we're also actually trying to sell the idea that agents should be doing floor plans, and you know why? Which nowadays everybody knows that having a floor plan is an important thing, and it's a good selling point, and it increases your chances of increases the the success of your listing and all that stuff. But back then, you know, it was a real uphill struggle. In every conversation was persuading people, A, you want to do floor plans, B, you want to do them like this. And then it just grew from there, really.
Are there still any metrics in terms of, I think I remember hearing Rightmove quote some of them, but do you have stats yourselves about how much more effective they make properties on the portals and on your website?
Yeah, the last stat I saw was actually astounding. I'm pretty sure I got this right. I'm pretty sure it's 30%. It was people are 30% more likely to look at a listing if it's got a floor plan.
So that's not iterative, is it? That's not like a percent here, a percent there. That is really
huge.
Yeah,
it's really huge.
Well, then unsurprisingly, my brilliant takeaway will be that you have to have floor plans, because, you know, with stats like that, how could you possibly not?
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it took years really for the whole idea to take off. You know, I say nowadays it's pretty much taken for granted. Most people know that they should be doing floor plans, even if they're not. And I think most people do. You know, these days. You know, which is why we've got at our normal busy times when we're not in lockdown, we have about 42,000 plans a month that are drawn using PlanUp. Wow. You know, again, crazy figures. And during working hours, that works out to a plan every 10 to 15 seconds.
Incredible. So what we're talking about here, Julian, is that you almost really created the self-service market, didn't you, within a estate agency, I suppose? I can't think of too many other, you know, in terms of creating marketable assets.
Let's just attribute all good ideas have ever been to me.
I'll be shamelessly stealing them, so don't worry about it. And we've got here actually. It's got them as an anonymous Facebook user, but somebody says,
wow,
he still has his mini tablet.
Well, I'll tell you what. Now here's a story. Those PDAs, I think they were finally withdrawn by Microsoft in, I can't remember when it was. It was a long time ago, something like 2008, 2009. They took them off the market, and it might have even been earlier than that. I think it was even earlier than that. They weren't around for very long. We actually had somebody, would you believe, contact us last week and say, my Pocket PC has finally given up. After 17 years, it had it. 17 years.
That's hell of an ROI. What were they? About 400 quid back then?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they were.
Fantastic, absolutely. So how does pretend I'm an absolute idiot, which is absolutely dead easy. So talk through the changes now that obviously they were back on those Microsoft devices now. How do most people create the floor plans now?
So 60% of them now are created on iPads. While actually out at the property. So it was a transition. We transitioned from Pocket PCs. We then moved over to when they stopped working. We then transitioned to Windows, because again, iPhones weren't really a big thing at the time, and actually were too small as well, really, to do the job. And then we launched what became PlanUp. PlanUp actually began when we launched our iPad version, which I think was in. You know, I'm not even going to guess, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was 2012, maybe. So it's been out a while, and that, you know, really was a big thing for us, because it was really important to us that people were able to do it while mobile. You know, that was kind of the whole point. And they take the iPad out, they draw their plan on the iPad, and then they can come back to the office and log into their account, and they can then finish doing the final tweaks and so on Windows or Mac or whatever they use.
And how long would it take? Somebody typically to create a floor plan, as much as there is for the average home?
Well, I guess it does depend on the home, and it depends on the experience of the user. But I mean, I know that we can do it as power users. I think we can do a 3 to 4 bedroom house in 10 to 20 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. It all depends. It depends if the property throws you any curveballs. You know, if there are really complex layouts in there.
I love the concept of power users. You've got floor plan Jedis in your.
We have, actually, especially funny enough on the desktop version, where we've got keyboard shortcuts for pretty much anything, and using keyboard shortcuts, we can power through. I mean, you wouldn't believe how fast we can do a plan. I used to be able to do at least the first floor of a property in 28 seconds of a standard 3-bed property. equally, most people are doing it out on iPads, you know, and it's
you were just a blur, basically.
I was just a blur, yeah.
I'm guessing you must have some clients that have literally stuck with you since 1999. Then.
Yeah, we have. Absolutely, yeah. We've got a fair few. Yeah.
Yeah, that longevity again is, you know, not. I was being unkind to the prop tech before, but you know, it's not fly by night, is it? It's just that there is. I mean, me personally, I'm very visual. I don't know. Would I even? I'm not sure if I'd even click on a property if I didn't know it had it. Actually, maybe that's a bit. But they just are fantastic. And what are the? I mean, obviously they're on brochures and everything else. Are there any innovative ways that people are using floor plans at the moment?
Yeah, well, I mean, there are two other ways, which are actually both unusually for us. They're both actually included free with our subscription. So that is 3D plans. So once you just go out and draw normal 2D plans, and our servers actually automatically convert those into a good-looking 3D plan for you and they're delivered to you in under 2 minutes. If we're really busy, it might be 3 or 4, but you know, it's generally in under 2 minutes. You get a free 3D plan. And the other one is photo plans, where you have your floor plan and then you have hotspots dotted. Oh, hello, the camera's back to front. I can't do that. You do have hotspots dotted around, and when you hover over them, you get up the photo of the room that you're in. But you know, the standard, the 3D floor plan actually is a great selling point because they do look fantastic. But for just somebody just wanting to have a quick glance and get an idea, are there any problems in that properties that are definitely going to be a no-no for me, or is it going to work? A nice, clean 2D floor plan is still, you know, it's still the way to go.
And what percentage of them are like sort of just in your head? What are divided up between like the 3D ones and the 2D ones?
Do you know, I can't remember the figure off the top of my head. It's quite high. Quite a lot of people put them on 3D, but equally what they tend to do is they still use the 2D floor plan as their main plan, and they'll put their 3D plan in their brochure. I think from memory, it might even be as high as 50% of our plans get converted to 3D.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because they're free, you see, so there's no reason not to use them.
No. Well, Julian, thank you very much for giving us an update, and thank you very much, not least as well, for that spectacular saving. That's a really nice offer. So we'd love to catch up with you on a future webinar as well. It'd be lovely to talk to some of your clients and get it from the horse's mouth as well, how good it is. But for now, welcome to Kerfuffle, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Simon. It was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers, Simon. Bye.